Who actually needs a pre-built like this, and who's just throwing money at a box of lights? If you're here, you're probably staring at a budget and wondering whether dropping this much on a pre-built gaming rig is smarter than piecing one together yourself. The Poseidon from Helloland lands at a steep price, but it's one of the few pre-builts that actually makes sense if you want everything: fast CPU, decent GPU, tons of RAM, and a slick white aesthetic without the hassle of hunting for parts. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. Let's get real about the fit. This machine isn't for the bargain hunter who's okay with a 1080p only setup or someone who only browses and streams. It's aimed at gamers who want to run modern titles at 1440p with room to grow, streamers who need CPU headroom for OBS and games running side by side, and creators who dabble in light video editing or 3D work. The Ryzen 7 9700X is a solid 8-core powerhouse, and pairing it with an RTX 5068 GB means you're not bottlenecked right out of the gate. That's a rare combo in pre-builts at this price. But if you're still rocking a 1080p monitor or you only play older or indie games, you're overpaying for horsepower you won't use. The real selling point here is the convenience. Helloland assembles these in the USA, which cuts out the risk of DOA parts or mismatched compatibility that plague most pre-built deals. You get a liquid-cooled CPU, 7 ARGB fans, and a 650W PSU, all things you'd pay extra for if you built it yourself. Plus, 32GB of DDR5 6000 MHz RAM is no joke for multitasking. I've seen pre-built skimp on RAM to hit a lower price, but here you're getting a full kit that won't need an upgrade for a few years. That's huge if you're not the type to crack open a case every time you want to add a stick. Now, the trade-offs. The RTX 5068 GB is fine for 1440p today, but it's already getting squeezed in newer titles with heavy textures or ray tracing. If you're chasing 4K or ultra settings in the latest games, you'll hit the ceiling faster than you think. And while the white theme looks clean, white cases and components show dust like a white couch in a coal mine. If you're not into regular cleaning, that aesthetic glow won't last long. The 650W PSU is adequate, but it's not future-proof if you ever want to swap in a beefier GPU down the line. That's a hidden cost if you plan to upgrade. Daily usability is where this machine shines. The liquid cooling keeps the noise down during long sessions, and the 7 RGB fans make the build pop without looking like a Christmas tree. Boot times are instant thanks to the 1TB PCIe SSD, and the Windows 11 Pro license is included. If you're someone who jumps between gaming, work, and streaming without wanting to tweak settings every session, this rig just works. I've seen pre-builts with similar specs that throttle under load or come with bloatware. This one doesn't feel like it's fighting you. So who should skip it? If you're on a tight budget or you already have a decent mid-range PC, this is overkill. If you're the type who loves tinkering and upgrading every year, you'd probably save money and get better parts by building your own. And if you're stuck on a 1080p monitor, you won't see the difference between this and a $1,200 pre-built. But if you want a high-end gaming rig that's ready to go out of the box, looks sharp, and won't need a rebuild for a few years, this is one of the safer bets in the pre-built world. The 4.8-star rating from nearly 1,000 buyers isn't just hype. Most people aren't complaining about dead-on-arrival parts or performance issues, which is rare in this space. The biggest complaints usually come from buyers who expected 4K performance from an 8GB GPU or who didn't realize how much dust white components attract. Those are manageable problems if you set expectations right. Bottom line, if you want a gaming PC that's ready to play today, looks great, and won't need a rebuild tomorrow, the Poseidon is worth the premium. Just make sure you're not paying for specs you won't use. If this fits your needs, check the link in the description and grab it before the next price drop.